Gemini Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers, welcome to your timeless true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm a professional witch, a professional intuitive, and the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in process. First one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. Second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version, and there is a link in the description box. If you click it, you'll be able to preview our first chunk of it for free and see that the table of contents is mostly divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. Why else would I mention it? And the original version of Words of Grace, which is a visual Fellini Film Fest compared to Kindle, because we had to pare it down for Kindle. Well, that one is available on patreon.com/drawing the circle in our digital shop. You don't even need to be a subscriber to shop in our digital shop. It's also the only place where you can find spell ingredients on the internet for purchase. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks. There are also audios and videos in our digital shop that they have access to, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning where we literally chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way. And considering what I do for a living, it's the best way for me to start the day. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. Like, this is a relationship reading. There's no extended for this one, no. As well as they get a significant discount when it comes time for them to book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, and or readings. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for more info. And I love it. You can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human, right? You just jump out the last day, but if you want the discount, you gotta stay for a month and book me within that month, because that's just fair. And you can follow us for free. I'm making content and posting content specifically for my free followers, though my subscribers get to see all that stuff too. And it's the best thing I've ever done for my career as a professional witch and all of that. I love it. Click the menu, see what we're serving over there, and if you feel it, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, in case you didn't hear, but you could still just call me Mal. Easier. Hi, Geminis, you twins, you mutable air signs, you. We're going to do some explanation for the new Geminis and crosswatchers. Jump ahead if you feel like you want to, because we changed it up a little bit this time, so welcome. This is a true love reading, but a simpler version than the ones that I do with the extendeds, which are juggernauts. They're really, really long, but very, very detailed. Ooh, it is a general read after all. Looking at the past, present, and future of where you are on the path of true love in a simple timeline, past, present, and future, so that you can make wiser, more loving, more empowering choices and decisions. Wiser, third eye, loving, heart chakra, throat chakra, choices and decisions, to navigate the true love timeline, for the love that heals all wounds, the love that conquers all, the wound that breaks all curses, ancestral, societal, and otherwise passed down from generation to generation for thousands and thousands of years, so that you can shift to a more truthful and a loving timeline, regardless of the form of relationship. Sometimes these are romantic, but sometimes they're not. And it kind of doesn't matter, because you're the common denominator in all of your relationships. So as long as you're doing the best that you can to be loving, wise, and empowered as you go, you shift to an ever-increasing, more true love timeline. Yeah. Good. Heal one a little bit, all of your relationships shift. And as one of us does that, we all do that, because there's only one of us here. Don't look that way, but that's the illusion of separation for you. So what we're going to do is we are going to take 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, throat, third eye, crown energies, the feminine energy, the internal, the stuff you don't necessarily share unless you so choose to do so. We'll get past, present, future with that. We will get 3 mythic tarot for the masculine energy, the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, and solar plexus. Relationships in the physical world. You looking at yourself from the outside in, you from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things in which you are in relationship with. Love this deck. Mythic tarot, Greek mythology, my favorite thing on earth. Then, once those 3 will all be face down, we're going to get all 6 of those on the table, then we'll flip them over, past, we'll look present, then we'll look at future, and then we will get a Whisper of Love from the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo. I love this deck. This one has some romance cards in it, so we'll see how that goes. This is the voices of the higher selves of all involved, not just you, but the cross-watcher and anybody else who might be relationship adjacent. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help you heal, because that's how we traverse our relationships, right? And whether or not the other people heal or not is moot. Moot! No, we heal. That is our empowerment. It's up to us to use our free will to either delay what cannot be delayed, what cannot be prevented, I should say, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, true love life, right? A happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because that's the real mission. All right, that's enough explanation. Let's do la divination, I guess that's plural. Let's see what hits the table. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I promise I will do the best that I can to help anybody navigate the true love timeline, because it's just going to help all of us, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Shall we? Let's do this. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. Let's find it. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown for the Gemini collective and their cross-watchers. Where have they been? Heart, third eye, crown in the true love timeline. Where are they now? The point of power is always in the present moment. So where are they now? Heart, third eye, crown. And where are they headed if they just do their best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions? Where is that going to bring them in this true love timeline and this timeless true love timeline read? We're going to get these 3 face down as well, and then we'll start flipping first past, then present, then future. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, still point. My gods override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Lower 3 chakras, relationship in the physical world, root, sacrum, solar plexus for the Gemini collective and their cross-watchers in the past. Where have they been? Where are they now in the timeline? And where are they headed if they just do their best to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in the true love timeline? Let's look. Well, lucky you, perhaps. On the inner, you got the Ace of Pentacles here. Nuqua, right? A seed. Now, an earth element on the inner is not about your organs, okay? It's not that literal. But it is a seed of wisdom. You must have completed a 10 of Pentacles, right, as somewhere before this, and you now have this nugget of wisdom inside of you, a potentiality. I always see the Ace of Pentacles as a healthy eggcorn. I know it's weird, but work with it, right? Because one eggcorn, if you plant it, will create an oak tree, I believe, right? That will then shed billions of acorns over its lifetime. But you could crack it under your heel, you could feed it to a squirrel, you could plant it and nurture it to grow, right? right? Got a lot of them around here where I live, here in Saratoga Springs. Why I say you're so lucky, you got the Ten of Cups behind you, the true love card for me in the tarot. Your cup's overflowing. This is the completion of the myth of Eros and Psyche. There is a link in the description box to a YouTube video, a little comic book panel telling of this myth. And what Psyche, the word Psyche, by the way, is Greek for soul and butterfly, right? What she has to go through to be with her man, who accidentally pricks himself on Eros, the romantic god, the god of erotic love, right? Pricks himself on one of his arrows, falls in love with him. Long story, but a brilliant true love myth, because the course of true love never did run smooth. Not even for the ancient Greeks, right? William Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream, dated him. So look, wherever you're coming from, this is not a bad thing. Even if this is purely self-love, right? You've loved yourself so much so nobody else has to. Your cup's overflowing. It's a card of ecstasy and bliss that has really given you some experience here. Now, I will say, wisdom that you've gained from the outside world, element of earth on the inner. So whatever this is, you were in a new beginning. Let's see where you are now. This is the most important one anyway. Ooh. Whoa, okay, now look, you may not know what's going on, because here we've got the Four of Blades. I know it looks like the Two of Blades from Rider-Waite Tarot, but there are two blades crossed underneath her. So yes, a card of mental rest, perhaps some stillness, some meditation, but written on the card is deception, hence the classic blindfold, sitting on a very uncomfy bench there, with water waxing and waning behind her. So the third eye might be a little perplexed right now, right? Maybe you are being deceived. Maybe you have been deceptive to yourself, which is usually the case, because we believe things that appear true but aren't, right? It's like that there's always a higher truth, right? So even like the most sacred truth that you can think of, there's always a higher way of integrating and seeing that truth, particularly with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is your first major arcana card. We'll see if you get any more. But when it's a major arcana card, the way I read, where there's not a card for each chakra, this fuses all three of those lower three chakras together. It is a divine timing card. The fates have woven something. Well, they've woven everything, essentially. But you see, fate is lead, destiny is gold. You take the fate given you, and you work it. You make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions to do that alchemy, right? From false love to true love, right? I don't like using the word unconditional love because of what the mind has done with that, right? Oh, so then you can do whatever you want. I love you. No, no, no. Not without boundaries, darlings. I am a Virgo. Virgo power. Cross your legs. So, it's time. There's a time. Everything is exactly how it's meant to be. Course in Miracles says, let all things be exactly as they are. Even when they suck. Even when you're not thrilled. Even when you can't see. And I will be honest with you, uncertainty is when the ego begins to really get integrated by the soul, and then the soul integrates it into the spirit, and up and up and up it goes, back to divinity, back to source. So this, you've not done anything wrong. You really need to know you haven't done anything wrong. You're just not seeing so clearly, maybe because of past stuff. Maybe you wrapped something up here and got a new nugget of wisdom, right? But if you're coming from that place of unconditional, I say true love, right, all-encompassing love, then by all means, you are prepared for this. And so what? You learned something that wasn't true. Who hasn't, right? Let's see where you're headed. Well, like this a lot. I would say it's sort of a to be continued, though. However, on the inner, you got the Six of Pentacles. So you go from the 1 to the 6. I love this card. This is called Success, what's written on the card, right? Again, internal, forward motion, but balance, right? Sixes are about balance. And in this place here, we see a Special Olympics, a Paralympics, wherever you want to call it. And everybody who's in the game wins, right? So this is perhaps success under hardship, success under handicap, particularly if you see that handicap is not knowing where you are right now. You still break through. You still move forward. And sixes are wonderful, and they prepare you for everything else in the rest. But here we've got a Page of Swords on the outer. Now, I don't necessarily associate the pages with zodiac signs. I know a lot of people do. To me, they're not cardinal, fixed, or mutable. The pages, they are messages and messengers. This could be a communication that comes to you or coming from you, right? To or from, again, with cross-watchers. Sometimes these readings are for the cross-watcher in relationship to, in this case, the Gemini they are cross-watching for. But I will say, it does have a very Gemini energy. Now, this is Aeolus. Legendary Adventures of Hercules, right? Cutie Pie Blonde, right? One of the winds, right? The four winds there. I forget which, probably the east wind, because it's the element of air. Juliet Sharman Burke, the author of the Mythic Tarot. Truly a genius. Love her work. But this is communication. Can it be internet stalking? Sure. But why would you do that with the Six of Pentacles moving forward in your life? Now, we've all done our scoping and probing, right? Online, etc. Back in the olden days, it was just called stalking. Before we had the internet, the interwebs. So this could be a communication. This could be a receiving or a giving of information, but one that comes from a place of success if you play this wisely. I like it. The nice chakra spread here. And remember, point of power is always in the present moment. I mean, if you're willing to accept, all right, maybe I don't know everything. Grant me the maiden grace of humility. It's the first and last grace I talk about in my book, Words of Grace. The maiden grace of humility to know that I do not know, but I'm willing to be shown. That's keeping an open mind. And your Geminis, you might as well. Stop. Let's get a whisper of love on the table here. The voices of the higher selves of all involved. Is this exceedingly romantic? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe this card will give us a clue, a tip, a hint for y'all. Please. Take a nice deep breath. Even coughed 3 times, third house. Still point. Higher selves override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers to make the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest, most loving, most wise, most empowering decisions to navigate the true love timeline in this true love timeline read? Listen with your heart. I'm just goofy, don't mind me. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. It is so easier said than done, and I think that really does speak to what's coming here, right? With this Page of Swords. Remember, just because it's online doesn't mean it's necessarily true, yeah? So can you listen with an open heart? And what does that mean? That means to be in the present moment. That means to not be thinking about what you're going to say while they're still talking. It's called active listening, and it is a form of love, honestly, right? And sometimes even when people are coming at you to get, that's their pain. If you know you did the best that you could, that's all anybody can do. So let them scream, let them rail. They are treating you the way they were treated, even if you aren't the one who treated them like that. That's just how the nervous system works until we're healed, right? And it's a journey. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Hail the wisdom of the crow. Cheryl. Shall we? Let's card down. Macron Healing Mantra. These work if you work them and you're an air sign. Air signs totally have an edge with affirmations and mantras and all that stuff. Hey, I got Venus and Libra, so I know these work because I work them. Please, take a nice deep breath. Last card down. My Ascended Masters override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters of true love, what is the perfect, precise healing mantra for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers? To make the wisest, most loving, most empowering decisions navigating the true love timeline in this timeless true love timeline read. Embracing worthiness. I love it. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body. It feels amazing. Now look, I'll be honest with you. I had to work with this mantra for a while before I got that feeling of amazing, an amazing feeling, but it does come. It is something that does take time. Now I will say, Page of Swords could very much be mantra work, affirmation work, breath work, anything with that element of air, your element, right? And it's not the only element of air we got here. That 4 blades there, right? So this might be a self-worth thing, particularly if something was delivered to you as fate and you don't know what to do with it in a relationship, right? To embrace your own worthiness. Because how dare we expect anyone to embrace our worthiness if we haven't? And it's a journey, right? It's not a once and done. So I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book. It's one of my favorites, Embracing Worthiness. I'm just embracing worthy. Back it up. Back it up. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body. And it feels amazing. When worthiness dawns, you know that life has bigger plans in store, particularly if the fates are weaving. Wheezin'? Wait, what? You are able to navigate the highs and lows of each moment, aware of a greater cosmic force at play, like the fates, the Wheel of Fortune. Worthiness grants you permission to honor all that you are and moves you in the direction that fulfills your deepest passions. So think about that. Every step along the way is essential. There is a plan in play. We can't screw it up. That's how perfect it is. It's the ineffable great plan. Good omens, right? So this mantra is ideal for feeling more joy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Working through creative blocks could be, and helping the body heal, because it is a type of vibrational healing when you just allow the word. See, because the higher powers, the higher dimensions see you as perfect, that you are an integral part of a plan that we can't understand down here, just like the code in a video game, right? I don't understand all that. That's math. Ow. No thanks, right? But I can play the game while I'm here, right? While I'm in the game, I can make the wisest, most loving, power plays, whatever you want to call it there. But so if we don't see and embrace our own worthiness, the divine is like, that's fine, we love you anyway. But when we do, we come into alignment and congruency, and the chakra's all fire. So you're coming from a nice place here, but we're going to put this together in what we call a blessimation if you're new, a blessing and a summation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff if you want to chill for that. Ready? One last time, at least for this reading, please take a nice deep breath. I love what I do, don't sue me. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to make the wisest, most loving, most empowering choices and decisions in the true love timeline, because they are coming from a place of a nugget of wisdom. They learned something in the past there. That really was a completion of water. The cycle of water, of emotion there. Their cups overflowing, really the true love card, the way I read. And may they be blessed with all that they need in this present moment to at least accept, maybe I'm not seeing things so clearly. Who does 24/7, 365, every lifetime? No one, right? That perhaps there is some deception, some illusion, some delusion going on, because who ain't got that? And it is time, certainly, for them to do so. To embrace their fate and alchemize it into destiny, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxicity to health, because you might as well, bringing them to a sense of internal success, a real wisdom, a real balance, moving through perhaps as a result of the handicaps, the shortcomings, and the things they did not know as they go, as obviously some kind of communication is going on here with the Page of Swords, information received, given, and perhaps both, so that they can listen with their heart. They're listening to what is being said, but they need to listen with a loving heart, which is easier said than done, but not so much if they embrace worthiness, because they can feel worthiness filling every cell of their body. And it does indeed feel amazing when they do. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to transit and travel the true love timeline with the happiest, wisest, most empowering, most loving choices and decisions they can. For the love that heals all wounds, for the love that conquers all, for the love that breaks all curses, societal, ancestral, and otherwise. For their well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Good. Hey, The course of true love never did run smooth. If it was easy, we would have been in nirvana thousands and thousands of years ago. But at least we got Kurt Cobain. Yeah, we did. Bless his soul. I'm sure he's reincarnated. So, if you liked the reading, if you found it helpful, please do hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps other Geminis and Crosswatchers find it. If you want more of me here on the tube of you, please subscribe, because I'm having a field day and I'm not stopping anytime soon, and I love it. It's a fun, creative outlet for me, I gotta admit. If you want the deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon. We're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. You know, exclusive content, even for the free followers. Not everything's exclusive content for the free followers, but I sometimes they get advanced content like a week before I put it on other platforms, but that's more the exception than the rule. You can follow us for free. You can 7-day free trial as Seeker or Human. You can shop in the store. There's just all sorts of cool stuff. And, you know, the extensive discount that I give to my subscribers, I think, is very key, because, you know, I'm here to help. Every time I help somebody take a step forward on the True Love timeline, I take a step forward, because we're anchoring that energy into the Earth's electromagnetic field. So it's not so selfish and personal. It's higher selfish and quantum. Oh, that was good. Write that down. Put that in the new book. So, absolutely. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. You might as well just call me Mal. And if you want to book me for one of them, their private sessions, spiritual counseling and or reading, there is a video in the description box here on YouTube called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. It explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a private session with me, but perhaps we're afraid to ask, although Geminis usually aren't, right? No, it explains how I work, what I do, what I don't, what I charge, why I charge it, the discount for the patrons, all of that. But the most important thing I say in that video, because I made it for the 25th anniversary of the company, where I finally raised my prices because it was time, inflation, and all of that. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I refuse to do it. Nope, will not do it. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. And I've been doing Zoom recording readings for a while now. It is a conversation. We talk back and forth. The cards hit the table as they will, so you don't have to take notes. After the reading, I send you the video to download. You download it. You tell me you download it, and then I delete it, so you get total confidentiality. Nobody else knows unless you want to share, and your Geminis, you very well might. So absolutely, watch the video. It's fun. My mom loves it, and I love it too. It's really kind of a fun vid. I'm glad I did it. And I'm not changing my prices again probably for another 25 years if I live that long. So, yeah. My honor to serve. Really, listening with your heart. You guys are really good, Geminis. Third house, self-expression. But to really, once you really begin to build that worthiness, filling every cell of your body, you're content in the present moment, right? And you can really hear people without taking it personally. Don Miguel Ruiz, please pick up the courtesy telephone. For agreements. So hang in there. This might be a little tricky, but look, when you're handed fate, it's our free will to alchemize it into destiny, which always works out. And it all works out in the end. So if it ain't the end, it'll work out. Don't worry, we can work it out. So thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this. Remember, as one of us does this, we all move forward. So hang in there. You got this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.